Welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be tackling another tutorial. So for those who've been waiting patiently on a tutorial, today is that day. Now what we're going to be doing today is something that I call If you watch a lot of SBANG videos with Marius or Farouk, they tend to do it quite often, but I don't know if they come up with a name for it. So if they did, post that down in the comments. Otherwise, I don't know. I'm going to call it the Sonic Boom, and that's what we're going to be working on today. I want to show you the movements as I did in the last video for the Rufio. I showed you how to do it in front of the camera, and then I showed how to do it behind the camera, so when you're actually flying. And I want to do the same thing today. Similar to the first move we did, or the Rufio, this is a two-part tutorial. If you are new to SBANG, you're going to be learning two tricks in one. If you are already experienced and already know how to do an eject, then this is just going to be building on top of that. A standard eject, for those who don't know what it is, when you're flying, your camera is pretty much facing towards the direction you're going. You would aim the camera down. You see how the props are pointing that way? You're going to give it a lot of throttle to give it that blip, and then you're going to level back out where your camera is looking forward, and that's going to give you that momentum, and it looks really cool, especially if you're shooting super view, because everything that's on the side of the lens looks like it's going really quick. So also, if you have questions as to what frame I'm using the Kinfpv frame. It's the Ayla frame, and that's what we're going to be using today. I did bring a backup. We'll get to that in my next video when we talk about anodizing. If you haven't already done so, be sure to spang that like button and be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because the next video I'm going to be showing you guys how to anodize titanium. If you see on the base of this is all purple. I'm going to be teaching you how to do that with titanium. That's for the next video. Be sure to like and subscribe to keep up to date with that. But for now, we're going to get into the tutorial. Going to show you guys how I do my Sonic Boom. But yeah, let's get started with this. This is going to be fun. I did get some new batteries, and they just came in the mail, so I'm excited about that. That should perform better than the already used batteries that I have. Even in the code, I'm assuming it's going to work a little bit better, because these, the ones that I have already, they're all banged up. So let's get started with this. I'm excited. Let's give this a test, make sure everything's working correctly. I did have to switch a few things up with this one, so if this is going to give me some issues, I may have to, what do you call it, switch to a different drone. So just making sure everything's working correctly here. Everything seems okay. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about doing an eject. So we'll keep it simple. Let's see. And it looks good if you're doing it really low. So an eject, you're going to be aiming downward and then giving it throttle to go forward like that. And as I mentioned, these batteries are horrid, so they are not doing well. Okay, so eject. You come forward, and then you look forward. There you go. So you're giving it that thrust, flying, whatever, boom, aim downward, give it that pop. Oh, there we go. Almost eject into that tree. We don't want to do that. Alright, let's continue. So this battery's not doing well. There we go. There's another eject. Here we go. Boom. And then a toss. You see, I'm letting that momentum carry me, and when I release, I'm not really touching the stick. So like the pitch and roll, you're going to be releasing the sticks. As soon as you line it forward, you're releasing the sticks and letting the drone just float. So that's the goal you want to hit with these ejects. So boom, and it looks really cool if you do it like that. Winter's almost up, which means we're going to be getting a lot of these plants blossoming and stuff, which is exciting. Just did a little bit of a ground tap there. Okay, another eject, boom. You see, it's a lot of fun doing the eject, and of course you're not just going to do it in open air. You're going to mix it up and do tricks and you know, make it fun. So you come here, boom, and then you do an eject into a juicy. Then you're just flowing around the trees if you want. You know, if you're a proxy guy, if you're more of a SBANG pilot that likes to do open air, you can still do it in open air. And that move there that I just showed, that move in particular is what we're going to be covering today, which I call it the Sonic Boom, which is the eject, but you're giving it a not a full 360 roll, but you're coming up like that and then pushing out. So that's the move we're going to be covering today. So of course you're going to need to get the eject properly, or work on that, make sure you're comfortable with that. And I'll give you some pointers in a few as well as to what helped me with my ejects. What do you call it? And you don't, another thing about the eject, you don't have to go straight like that and do the eject. You can always do it from whatever angle you want. You can do it sideways, like that's a side eject, like that, you see? So there's numerous ways you can do it. You can do it backwards where you're, launching out like that. Oh, that was a little sketch. And this battery's already KO'd, so I'm gonna bring that back. We're gonna switch batteries and we'll get to just a little advice about doing the eject and getting the most out of it. I'm going to show you guys a really cool thing that you can do with the eject, or at least when you're practicing it, to understand how to build that momentum, and then you can work on throwing yourself or throwing the quad. So we'll get to that in a second. So number one, let's say you're by a tree. This is how I practice ejects when I first started with SBANG. So I would I'd look at a tree, I'd go 90 degrees and then pop myself so I can see how much range I'm getting with a single pop. So I'll come here, go, and then pop myself like that. And that's like a sideways eject, but you can do it moving forward as well, or just staying in the same space, go forward, and then release. And I'm releasing the throttle at this point, so I'm kind of steadily falling. That's another thing you want to do. Just release everything after you're done doing the eject, and it's going to give you the best kind of look. And you can kind of use your pitch and roll if you want to kind of do like a canted look, like if you want to do a little tilt or something like that to get into something fun. But otherwise, you can release everything and just allow the quad to flow. So we're going to come here. I'll actually show you with my sticks if you can see it. So I do the eject and everything is off. And actually I still had throttle on the drone. So do it again, boom, drop throttle, and my hands are off and I'm just letting it flow. So again, that's what you want. You don't want to keep holding that throttle and doing this, because now we're getting into that race mode and we're not really racing. We just want to give it that pop and then allow it to flow just like that. Okay. Oh. There we go. Alright, so another eject, boom, just like that. And that just helps you cover distance, really. You want to do something fun, you're out in an open field, you don't see another tree for a bit, you can give it a little pop and now you're at a new location, and then boom, there you go. Nice little eject. So switching focus, I do want to talk about the other move, the move that you came here for, which is the sonic boom. So the sonic boom, as I mentioned, you're not doing a 360, you're giving it just a little bit more to get back into that eject position that we've already gotten comfortable with. So you're doing a full row, then into the position, then you're ejecting, but you're going to be doing it nice and low to the ground. So you come here, boom, and then a nice little eject. And that looks really cool, especially if you combo it. So if you ever watch Farouk or Marius, they tend to use that move quite often. So they'll come here, boom. Oh, geez, that was a tree. Let me calm down there. So, yeah, there you go. As an example. So, boom, a nice little combo. Oh, this battery hates me. I'm going to have to switch it as well. You know what? I'm going to try one of my new batteries so we can, stay up in the sky just a little bit more. These cold winter days, batteries are lipos. If anyone's new in FPV and, you maybe saw SBANG and you were like, oh, this is cool, this is why I want to get into it. I'll tell you right now, if you're brand new, cold weather hates FPV. A quick little tip that I want to provide in regard to just doing the initial eject period. The way that I learned is I put myself behind the camera, like the flat end of the GoPro is where I like to, you know, line up my eyes with, and I see when these props are going to be pushed out forward. Review the camera angle, see where it's at, and that's where you want it to be when you're flying as well. So if you're flying and you know that your camera is facing that way, that your props are pretty much aligned to give it that push. Make sure that, of course, after you give it that initial blip for the eject, that you're dropping the throttle and just letting it float. So at least that's the way let's get back into action here. And then after this, you know, I'll just fly around. You guys will stay tuned, of course. After this, I'll do a little video, just a nice little flight video, and I'll try to incorporate it a bit into the style just to show you guys what are some ways you can, you know, to show you guys a few ways you can use that move to your advantage. Jeez, no, even this battery. Struggling. This is a brand new battery. That's unfortunate. This weather, I tell you what. Okay, so let's give it a shot. So we're gonna go ahead and do the full row. Boom, there you go. That's what I'm talking about there. So, oh, that was weird. I probably shouldn't have done that. I knew that was a bad idea when I first started it. Boom, there you go. And of course, different SBANG pilots will do it differently, you know. You just really got to figure out how you want to do it. As you guys can see, I kind of do a little delay at the end to give it that, you know, spice type stuff. There we go. Oh, that was messy. I don't know why I said there we go. Don't listen to me there. Okay. Let's see, what's some other stuff we can do? So we can go maybe backwards, do one of those things. Flip around, boom, and then boom, there we go. So you see that delay that I do? I like to do that. I think that's fun. It makes it look cool. You can have no delay and you can just boom like that, but I don't like doing that. Like, it's a little scary. Don't know where you're going. You might eat dirt. There we go. So that's the sonic boom. It's a lot of fun. I mean, you know, give it a shot. I'm sure you guys will enjoy it, you know. Incorporate it into your, maybe, I don't know, if you're a flow pilot and you're here and you're just like, oh, you know, just testing out SBANG and, you know, this is all new for you. Use it in your flow, you know, do your little, what do you call it? What flow pilots do, because I'm not a flow pilot, as you can see. But, if you're doing flow, you know, cutting corners and stuff, maybe incorporate it somehow. So maybe you'll do like a power loop and then switch it up and then boom into an eject. I don't know. Like spice it up, make it fun, you know. That's the whole goal of this, the whole goal of FPV. We're coming up with new stuff. We're making it fun. It's exciting. We all love it. Yeah, here we go. Boom. We go, nice little delay, a nice little tree kiss there. Alright, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the tutorial. That's the pretty much a wrap up for that. Go out and try it. Link me in a video that you do the move in, either just the standard eject or moving into the, what do you call it? Let me get this drone real quick before I fry my VTX. Here we go. Okay, yeah, if you guys do the move, link me to it. Like, I want to see you guys practice it, and you know, I want to see you guys do the what do you call it? The sonic boom. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just get to ripping. If you haven't already done so, be sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell, especially for next video, because we're going to be anodizing the titanium. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and get some packs in, because it's time. Let's get it.